Okay, this is the client worksheet we'll be filling out at every single appointment. This is the snapshot that tells you which direction to point the client in, and how you'll know what carrier to write. I'm going to be showing you this from the approach of a mortgage protection lead. And there's a couple things that we want to keep in mind. Typically you just met these people, so I would not start at the top and work your way down. I usually use a different system and go in a different order because I get less pushback. I always start with what I know. So the order is, this is number 1, this section is number 2, number 3, then number 4. So we'll break that down and get into it. I start with the mortgage balance because on the lead I know the mortgage balance and the mortgage company. So we're going to say they have a $150,000 mortgage balance that they owe to Regions Bank. 30-year mortgage. Their mortgage payment is $1,187. We're going to say this is a refinance. The property appraises for $200,000. So we'll take that minus the balance. They have $50,000 of equity currently in the property. Then I'm going to bounce down here to current life insurance. Now I'm going in this order because none of the rest of this matters if they have $10 million of life insurance. So that's what I'm looking at next. So the way you ask this question is, what do you have in force that you own outside of work, not included in your employee benefit package with work? If they say they only have something through work, I'm putting a big 0 on that section in front of them, so they'll see that they don't have anything. We'll break that down later. So we're going to say they have a $100,000 life insurance policy. Okay, what company is that with? We're going to say it's with American General. The next question is, how many years do you have left on that policy? A lot of times they'll have to pull their policy out and look at it because you're trying to figure out, well, they owe 30 years on the house. How many years do they have remaining on the policy? We'll say they have another 10 years remaining on the policy. They got it 20 years ago. It's a 30-year term. So we're going to say Bob, Linda. Bob's 45. Linda's 40. So the next thing I'm going to is the income, because you don't want to go straight in and say, all right, Bob, how much money are you making? Because you're going to get more pushback that way. So, and I even break that down. I want to know the sources first. So, Bob, do you have one source? Do you have more than one source of income, or is all the money you make every month from your job? From my job. All right, job. Okay, well, after taxes, roundabout, what is your monthly income, take-home pay? We'll say he makes $3,700. Okay, what about on your side, Linda? She has a part-time job. We'll say she makes $1,200. So adding these together, they make $4,900 per month of income. This is where I slow down in the client worksheet and drive the why. So, okay, Bob, whenever you die, this $3,700 is gone, obviously. Linda, is there any way that you could make a $1,187 house payment living on $1,200 a month? No. Well, where would you live? Where would you go? Help her define that situation and see what it looks like. So you would lose the house. Is that what you want? No. Bob, what would you want it to look like for Linda if something happened to you now? Well, I'd want her to be taken care of. What does that mean? At least have the house paid for. Okay, well, obviously everybody wants this type of coverage. Unfortunately, not everybody could qualify. That's why I leave this medical section for last, because I use it as a takeaway. Obviously, everybody wants this type of coverage, but unfortunately, not everyone can qualify. So whenever they pull your prescription report, what are they going to see? What are the prescriptions? Could you grab your medications? And very eligibly, you need to write the medications that he takes. Let's say he takes metoprolol for blood pressure, He takes gabapentin due to an injury. He takes that for pain, whatever the case is. This is the snapshot that I need to see. And if they're diabetic, do they take insulin? And the biggest question is, at what age were they diagnosed? Anything in this section that pops up, you want to see, well, how long ago? Was it a heart attack? How long ago was the heart attack? When did it happen? And write all that very eligibly on the screen. And this is the